Hello, hello, this is Bill, and it's Monday night, and we are playing backgammon. Got my favorite opponent here, excuse me, Mr. FZ, and we're underway, 7-point match. Jeez, apologize for the coughing, hopefully that'll get better. Oh man, it's already kind of an ugly roll, huh? Guess it's a matter of which is least bad, so we'll just go with this. Hope he misses. Oh man. Haven't accomplished much yet, but at least we escaped one man. We're going to need to make some... Oh, man. Maybe I should do that, but it just seems so non-productive. Even though I get hit a bunch, I think that's usually the right play. Yeah, I like that. I like that hit. Oh, that's a clutch roll there, 4-1. Yeah, that roll doesn't really accomplish much. That looks reasonable. Again, a roll doesn't do much. Maybe I just try to get out. Once again, hope he misses. The other play would be to make a... Maybe I should... Actually, I kind of like making a point. At least that accomplishes something. And it looks like hitting cover seems kind of automatic here, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to prime one man, you want to attack, so that seems clearly right. Question is, if he dances and I double, can I take it or not? And I don't know. Yeah, this just gives my whole roll to do something good. I'm going to hit, escape, make a point. Yeah, that's got to be right. Okay, good. I didn't want any hard decisions, so that makes it easy. And looks like it's time to double. I don't think you can take that one down. It seems like you're down too much. It's gammonish. It's got the better board, but that's it. Okay, so we're up 1-0 or 6 away, 7 away. I think that play looks right since he's stripped on the 8-point here. He's reluctant to hit with an ace. Hitting, I don't think hitting's the right idea, so just play play stiff and hope for a better roll. Hope for a better roll next time. Not bad. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I think he's got to step up. Yeah, he can't stay back. Now the question is, do I have enough to double or not? Excuse me. Up in the race, that's good. The question is, the contact favor me or him? There's some nebulous threats here. Might be a double. A race lead. I got a race lead if nothing else, right? Not many threats, though. What do I lose the market on? I guess that's the question. If I point on him, if I make the 5 point and he doesn't get out, how often does that happen, really? I guess we'll roll again. Alright, that's certainly not a killer roll. Alright, so it looks like that was not the roll to double with, based on how it's turned out so far. So using, for long races like this, I like 10% plus or minus 2 pips, so the doubling window would open up at 10% minus 2 pip lead, and on 113, that would be 10% is 11, 2 pips less is 9. So if it was 113 to 122, I'd have a 9 point lead and a double, and it looks like I'm just on the edge, so I'm gonna, it could be a double based on distribution, but I'm gonna wait another roll. Okay, and that looks like I actually lost them. Well, maybe it's still a take. So based on 10% plus 2 pips, he could be down as much as 12. 10% of 105 is 10, plus 2 is 12. So he's 105 plus 12 is 117. He's right on the edge of having a take drop, at least for money. And I'm not positive at this score, but I think it's roughly a money take, so about 22%. Probably a close call. Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 crossovers to get in, and he's got 11. So maybe the extra crossovers on the outside is enough to push it to a pass. Being slightly behind, maybe that pushes it to a take. I think the book plays to hit loose on the 3 point there. Alright, another boring game. We've escaped in man. Let's see if we can improve our distribution. That's not bad. And alright, making a point is good. I don't think we have any. Well, that's a hell of a roll. So now the question is, what's the best way to just double them out? Do I do that and just send the cube? Anything that's 1 apart, 2 apart, 3 apart, 4 apart makes a point. A biggie and an ace is bad. 5, 1, 4, 1. Could do that. Maybe that's the best way to double them out. Not sure. Could do that also. Somehow that seems a little more balanced. If he dances, I cube him out. If he comes up high, I cube him out. If he comes low, maybe he has a take. Let's try that. Alright, so he comes in high, and my theory says I'm doubling him out. Let's see what he does. So I think I'm up in the race, and the contact favors me. So based on that logic, it would be a pass. So if we had an anchor and it was a holding game, it would be a take, because I can't attack him. But here, I think I have extra possibilities to maybe attack this man, and at least in my mind, that makes this position a little scary. I would let it go. And he did too. 3 games, 3 points. And I believe the theory is once your opponent has an advanced anchor, you need one too. So based on that logic, I'm going to put it in his face here and see what happens. And that's a success. It could be that this is the right play since I don't get hit. But I don't like burying deep. So I prefer to put them in play. And boxes again, look at that. 1, 2, I guess I gotta clean this up. Getting a lot of holding games. So here I'm not up and up in the race to double, and I got 2 points to clear anyway, so I can't do anything until I clean up at least one of those points. That cleans up one of them. So now it would just strictly be a race. And you want more of a race lead to double these kind of positions. Well, easy game, huh? And he's got another tough holding game decision. He's right on the edge where it could be a take. Alright, I didn't even consider it. So I forget. Here I'm up significantly, so you don't want to get gammon, but I'm not sure if not getting gammon means you split to make an anchor, or if not getting gammon means you keep the anchor. So I never remember how to play that one. 3 is easy. Now we'll go for the split. 6-1, probably escape. These games have been real boring here. I've been okay. Well, that's interesting. Trying to make something happen. Like every game I'm escaping and then thinking about sending the cube. So this score is interesting. Sticks rule is when you have a large lead that's 3 away, 6 away, or more, you tend to never double with contact because the other side's going to take. Now this may, I don't know if this really counts as contact. Anyway, the basic theory is that the underdog can take almost anything, and it's very hard to find the right doubling window. You're usually either too good or not good enough is what they say. I'm going to leave this bot hanging here to aim at this point. Now this, my opponent may not know that at this score you can take almost anything. This it's very dangerous to double a position like this, but just because he's so weak over here, I'm gonna go for it. Okay, well maybe you give it credit to him. He took that really easily, so maybe he does know that. I guess that's a point. That's sort of a point in the prime. And he is filling in his board pretty quick. I gotta give it to him. Maybe I'll just make that now before he has his board made. And maybe I made a mistake by doubling because there's still contact here, right? It seems like I have to leave a shot anyway, so this seems like the best way to do it. Do I care if he hits that? Probably not with this open. Oh no, it's a 5 prime, not a 6 prime. So okay, let's not get carried away. And as bad as this game is, he's still got a chance here. From his point of view, the tricky part is if you take deep like this, you have to know when to recube. Is it when that shot appears? Looks like that's not going to happen this time. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, and nothing off. Clearing the 6 point is valuable, but I hate the fact that I'm not getting any guys off. All right, what's the best way? What's the best way to win the game here? I think that should be my thought process, right? This is the best way to win the game. One argument is more guys you get off, it gives you better winning chances on the back end. I think the best way to win the game is not get hit. And based on that logic, I don't want to have a gap. Only 6-2, 5-2 leaves a shot. And actually, 6-5 leaves a shot immediately. That's it, right? So I'm going to guess that's the play. Gammon's worth almost nothing here, so I don't care about that. 2 is easy. So this doubles the shots. It's 6-2 and 5-2, but gets it over with. This is only 6-5, but I have jeopardy for longer. Once again, I'm not sure, but I like the idea of preparing to clear and hoping I roll something good. Alright, that's another hurdle cleared. Good news. One more little jump to go. Wow, this match has been really easy so far. Holy smokes, he rolls like that, I might even score a gammon. Okay, so we're easing along, no problems here. This is the Crawford game, and since he's an odd number away, that's a score where the gammons don't really matter as much. So you tend to play the game whatever's going to win the most. Which maybe that argues for this actually, rather than making the anchor. I'm not sure. Okay, hitting seems like kind of a panic play there. 6-4, that hits, swings around and hits. And if I get missed, okay, he hit me that time. Almost the same game again, where I just get up an early race lead and win. Not this time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No. Coming in range of 3 builders, that seems wrong, so we'll just push inside. Okay, looks like I'm going to need a 2 in the worst way. And that ought to do it. So I guess just for the heck of it, I wonder what his gammon chances are here. It's got to be more than 50%, maybe 60-ish. Be curious to see what that is once it comes in the computer. 4. Waste a pip there. It's going to need boxes to get off of this. Nope. So now that, of course, everyone probably knows, but since I'm an odd number away rather than an even number away, we're taking all cubes. If I don't get gammoned, he's got to win the game. He's got to win 3 more times. Well, that's an interesting play. No hit. Well, another game where so many games have just been these holding games where I just run away. This one's called an anchor and guard, where he's got the back man here. This guy's a nuisance, and I'll have to roll well. Now that may be a game changer. Racing is a viable option now, so I like that he's coming up. In fact, it's unclear who's going to be breaking the anchor first. The race is really, really close. I guess I'm up a little bit, so I should break contact. Not a lot, but it's hard to race from that bar point in general. Oh, that's unfortunate. Tough call from him. Do you go or stay? So I'm up 10 pips. That argues for coming in. On the other hand, he's any 6 or 5 and he's got to go. I might get a shot on him. Could be worth something. The question is, does the contact favor him or does it favor me? That's always the question. I kind of hate to let him just go for free. I mean, although I'm up, it's hardly a lock. I think I'm gonna stay. Okay, there's that shot. Maybe he should probably stay back, because here, even though I would have hit him, this way I have no bad rolls. I either hit him or go past him. Alright, so we got a racing advantage here. Not a lock, but a good head start. Oh boy. Okay, so the match is over now, and now we'll proceed to the analysis. You know what? Actually, I prefer the board the other way. Let me switch this around. And first thing I notice, my luck factor is really, really high, plus 5.5. I'm not sure what that means, actually. I'm going to guess it's like I won 5.5 games from luck. Coming around the corner, I liked that. Let's see, it didn't like... Oh, that's interesting. And wanting being on this 23 point apparently is just not a good spot to be. Even though I'm walking into a triple shot, it wants me to come up and take my chances. And okay, so So it looks like I was wrong on this one. My logic is that this play here, while it's safer, it's so unproductive. Like the upside is so small. But apparently, my alternative play here, I guess it's just too more dangerous than the position can handle. Since if he hits me, I'm almost screwed. So apparently, even though the move accomplishes nothing, I guess safety is the most important consideration here. That said, the play isn't horrible. .05 blunder. I've certainly made worse, and I'm sure I'll make worse later in the match. Just out of curiosity, you have nowhere near a double. You gotta hit first because he's way down in the race. 4-1 was a great roll, and then making. There's kind of an old rule of thumb. Once you go to the ace, you want to make it, try to turn it into an asset. So that was the right idea. 4-1 was a heck of a joker. We thought about that 6-4. The other play he was looking at. Wow, the other play he's looking at is really, really bad. Quadruple blunder. And then at this point, it's a double and a pass. It's just too dangerous for him. Interestingly, notice the winning percentage is roughly 70-30, and I think I've noticed that if you have a bad anchor game, you get about 30% winning chances, but the gammons are sky high, so you just can't go for that. Okay, next game. Made the 5 point. Up and down is the right play. Safe. Making the bar. Running. And okay, looks like I blundered this everywhere. Oh yeah, that was really bad. Okay, so first of all, it was a double. My first instinct was right, but I didn't go with it. So I think I said most of this at the time, but for some reason I didn't. I changed my mind. So the factor is, I guess I'm up in the race, and the contact favors me. Therefore, it's a double, and it's the take that's in question. So here the winning chances are roughly 70-30, but there's some gammons. And then this is just an oversight here. This 8-5. If I'd have seen that play, I'm sure I would have made it. Because this way I never get hit. The play I made leaves him 4-3 or it's like 5-2 and 6-1 to hit, and there's no reason to do that here. That's a shame. Yeah, sometimes if you don't see a play, you can't make it, and I just didn't see it. Okay, so anyway, I got lucky and he missed, and the game went to a race, and then so here I was talking about that 10% plus and minus 2 pips rule, and that would imply that I need a 9 pip race to double, and which is just underneath the double, and it looks like compensating for that is the fact that I have less crossovers than he does, so I'm going to get in before he does. He's got 10, 12 crossovers to get in, and I got 6, 10. Those 2 extra crossovers looks like it's pushing it into just a borderline double and a take. And then on the next one pushed it to a pass based on the same logic. So the 10% plus 2 pips put his deficit on the borderline to a pass, but the extra crossovers is boosting it from a borderline pass to a real pass. All right, the next game. Another boring game. Split, and by the way, hitting, that's just something I happen to know. it looks a little odd, but the hitting is the book move in this exact position. Run again, unstack, make a point, and then the next one was kind of challenging. And do you how the heck to play these double sixes? And I really have no idea. It looks like I guessed right for once. Now the first play I was considering is absolutely terrible. I'm glad I talked myself out of it. So I think the problem here is that with all my guys on 3 points, if I roll a big number in an ace or a big number in a deuce, that's going to leave a shot. And I don't know how many there are like that, but it must be an awful lot. This play seems like apparently this is the best way to ease up on a double, because I think no matter where he comes in, he's going to be looking at a cube, and it's going to be a tough take if it's a take at all. And so another tough holding game cube here. So on this one the computer thinks it's a take, just barely. I wonder if that score influenced the fact that he's down a little bit in the match. I think I would have passed this one just for the same reason as the other one. I'm down in the race and the contact seems to favor me. And all that's true, but apparently it's a borderline take. Next game. So rolls the double fours, and then I need to come up to go for the anchor since he's got one. And okay, looks like I was wrong. So let's think about this. I guess even though I'm dumping behind him, let's think about this. First of all, I never get hit, so that's good. That's part of it. The other part of it's probably maybe this point. Even if he misses, am I really going to make it anyway? I'd have to roll a 4 next time, and I guess that point just isn't so valuable. Oh well. Boxes is a good number. And then I got lucky to clear that. And I was never up enough to double. And at double fives, after the double fives, I'm up. Another tough decision for him. 12 pips and a little bit of contact is almost enough to take, but apparently not enough, so he let it go, which is correct. Next game. On this first play, looks like splitting's correct, and I assume the reason is I get gammoned less. So maybe that should be obvious, the fact that leaving a block gets gammoned more. In my mind it wasn't obvious because I figure owning this anchor has some value in lessening gammons, but I guess getting a third blot hit is worse apparently. So I gotta try to remember that when you get a significant lead, then you want to start splitting with those 2 ones. Anyway, I got away with it. Escaped another man. Yeah, that 13-8-6-4 is a little odd. I guess he was just trying to make something happen because this structure looks ridiculous. So we went for the slot. I guess why not? But I got lucky and hit him, and then looks like not quite enough to double here. I came around and then he danced, and well, good for me. That's very hard to find this doubling window. You notice the so-called window is very small. My equity from plus 0.93 to 1.0 is a very small range where double and take is correct. And it looks like I managed to find it, luckily enough. And from his point of view, this goes to show that how valuable Stick's rule is, that as long as there is contact, you can take almost anything. So this position looks horrible, but it's still a take. And I think part of the reason it's a take is, you notice I have high winning chances, 78 to 22, but my gammon value is low. First of all, since a gammon wins me 4 points, so I would win the match 8 to 0 instead of 7 to 0. That's overkill. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like I see some red down below. Looks like a blunder coming up. Double threes, making the block is good. And then that was slightly off, although it's almost nothing. I see the distribution. The distribution's a little better this way. I got 3 guys aiming at this point. And even though there's a few shots to hit me, 3-6, 6-1, 6-2, it's not like he's really ready. To hit me. So I can afford that. Looks like I can afford that. Still, my play's not terrible. Although I'm curious, if I'd have played it this way, if I'd have played it this way, 6-4, I'd have the option of playing 6-4 without leaving a shot. The way I did it, I had to leave a shot, and might as well make the best point available, so that was right. 5-2 was right. 5-4 was right. Here I played this one real quickly and just pointed on him instinctively. And it looks like it was better to just make them in order. So let's think about this for a second. So I can see how visually, well, first of all, looking at the numbers, this play is right because it wins more and it wins more gammon. So the win percentage is 84 to 81. Gammon's 22 to 19. So it's better on every count. Now, looking at the position, there's no gap. Nice, tight, solid structure. All the numbers are likely to play well. Leave less shots in the future. If I compare it with here, I got this gap. Certain 6s I might have to drop it in. Either drop it in or start burying deep. So I can see why that was a blunder, and I just played that one too quickly. If I stopped to think about it, I might have made this play. Once again, if you don't see the play, you can't make it. And in this case, I just played instantly, so I should have thought about it. But luckily for me, he came in high, so that gap wasn't a problem. And double 5s. Looks like this one was pretty close. So I guess right that winning, because the gammon value is low, that the play that wins the most games is most important. And this play wins 90% compared to the other one, which wins 89%. And I think because the gammons are not worth much, that's part of what makes this play right. The other play wins 12% gammons compared to 6, but again, the gammon doesn't really help me here. And I rolled here. I wasn't sure. So it looks like it was right to just get it over with, try to clear this point, and I did. And so that was an easy win. Next game, the Crawford game. Split. Okay, I got a little carried. I outfoxed myself. I was saying how gammons don't matter, so I can play more reckless, but racing's a viable option, and there's value to making the anchor. Is probably dumb to slot. It would win really bad in a regular game. This play was odd on his. This play was a little odd on his point where I don't think he's desperate enough here to need to hit the 5 plays productively coming down at the midpoint. Anyway, I came in and covered. 6-4 was a lucky shot. 5-1. Bad move on my part, so it wants me to hit him. And let's see if we can figure that out. So after I run, I'm down in the race. So maybe it's just as simple as that. I'm not ready to race since I'm down in the race. I'm giving him a free shot to roll a 4 and hit me. So apparently it's better. It's better to attack than I'm not ready to disengage, I guess is the bottom line. Saying the same thing again because of the race. So that was a mistake. I danced and came in. Okay, double sixes was good. Yeah, I guess that's a little more clean because here this gives me less jokers, I suppose. The way he played it, I got a lot of any number which hits 2 is going to be fantastic. So here I got 2-5, 2-3, 2-1, 2-4, and double 2s. All 2s but 2-6, and even 2-6 hit and comes out. And when he plays it this way, the only disaster really is 2-6 for him. So that's where that one's a mistake apparently. And alright, he closed me out and came up with an easy win. Then in the last game, that's automatic double and a take. 4-1. Yeah, that play looked a little weird. I guess it's not bad. I guess you can't blame him. This play is so stiff. It's unappetizing, but what right is right. So anyway, I hit and escaped. Made the 4-point. I escaped again. Every single game I'm escaping. Safe, safe, safe. And he rolled that big double to get back into the race, so that was right. And the game's roughly 50-50 here, according to the race. Make a point. Coming down is a little wrong. Oh, that's interesting. Wants me to keep contact, but it looks like my play's almost as good. Alright, so back to this. Make a point. Make a point. Shuffle inside. This was the last decision of the game. And looks like not a big deal either way, so I guessed right, but the difference is tiny. And then, so this is the last mistake he made. So the problem again, playing it this way, is now if I roll an ace, I hit him, and any other number jumps over. So there really aren't any bad numbers for me. I suppose ace 4 is bad, but I think I would hit him there and challenge him. By contrast, if he plays it this way, first of all, if I roll 6-1, 6-2, 6-3, that leaves a shot. But if I roll 5-1, 5-2, 5-3, I might stall out here and not bring a man inside, or for that matter, 4-1, 4-2, stuff like that. A lot of numbers I might waste inside, which would help him in the race. So that was a sizable mistake. And then from there, I just rolled really well and won the race. Okay, well, that was a quickie this time. Thank you for watching. Till next time.